But for the second time in history, a woman at the top of a major party's presidential ticket has failed to be elected to the White House. Vice President Kamala Harris received a smaller share of the female vote than the past three Democratic nominees for president did. Take a look at the numbers on your screen. Her predecessor, President Biden, had her beat among women by 4 points. Lindsay Chervinsky joins me now. She's the executive director of the George Washington Presidential Library and the author of the book Making the Presidency, John Adams and the Precedents That Forged the Republic. Lindsay, thanks for being here. Does the shift in the way women voted this election align with the general movement of the country, or were women an outlier?
I think the shift in women voters is pretty consistent with what we have seen across the board. I think a lot of the American people were unhappy with where the country was going, and that was consistent regardless of race or gender.
Women turned out at a higher rate than men this election, 53 to 47%. What issues tend to drive women to the polls? We know they're not a monolith. And how does that differ across demographics, like where you live or your racial identity?
Well, I think one of the things that we've seen is that some of the issues that we really expected women to vote on, in particular bodily autonomy, in the wake of the overturning of Roe versus Wade, didn't have the same sort of impact that we may have expected, and had less impact than things like the economy, prices, inflation, immigration, crime. Those tended to be the issues that were most dominant. And that was especially true in places like Texas, Arizona, places that were border areas where immigration and crime as a result were extra pressing. And we saw some of the biggest shifts.
We know that the answer to this is split among Democrats, but how do you think identity politics plays into elections? Do you think it has hurt women and minorities in the past who highlighted their identity as part of their campaign?
Well, I think it has certainly had a symbolic importance at key moments in the past to bring awareness to certain issues. So, for example, Shirley Chisholm was the first woman to run for president in a major political party, and she really embraced the difference of her identity. She didn't shy away from it. Whereas I think others have been less inclined to embrace that identity, or at least to make as big of a campaign issue out of it. Barack Obama always used to say that he was running for all Americans because it was pretty obvious that he was a Black man, and so he didn't need to make a major issue out of that on the campaign trail. I think that we have certainly seen in the last couple of cycles of elections that it hasn't been maybe the driving force that people might have expected, and has at times actually caused backlash because it has alienated other voters that most politicians need to win.
Lindsay Chervinsky, thank you.
Thank you.